Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel, and today we are going to jump into the new set that was just released for Payoff Pitch Baseball. It's the 1975 set, and what game to play other than Game 6 of the World Series. This is the Carlton Fisk, stay fair home run game that Boston won in 11 innings. That actually made the series 3 games to 3. Cincinnati won Game 7 and won the World Series. I have to say, I getting this set ready and looking at it, I am what will I say? I am a child of the '80s for baseball. So that's when I got my first game was APBA. I got I think in 1980, 84 maybe, 85. I remember the first game. Actually, football was the first game I got, but then I got baseball. So the players that I'm used to or I grew up really paying attention to, are from the '80s. So seeing things like Cecil Cooper on Boston is really weird to me because he is a Milwaukee Brewer. Um, Most of the Reds, they're very familiar on that team. I played some 1976 Reds with NPNG Plus. But anyways, we're gonna do 1975 Game 6. This set was just released, I think, this weekend by Joe, and he has sent me he sends me the single card per page so I can put the PDFs into pictures, put the pictures into Excel, and you'll see the roller I have here. I just got to say up front, this roller, I can't share it. It has the game cards in it, so it can be used as an example for you guys if you want to make a roller. It has some of the charts on there, so it really makes the game easy. The game's a little bit more in depth than some of the other easier games like APA, NPNG Plus, but it puts everything out there in front of me. You'll also see I'm going to use the auto sack bunt rolls. I'm going to use the auto steal. Um, my pitching endurance, I do a little bit different. So I got it from Scoreboard Baseball, I think, and it's innings pitched plus hits plus walks plus runs, and you get that for the season average for that, and that's what I'm going to do for the pitchers, and you'll see what those numbers are here in a minute. And then I also I have pivot tables that pull out the relief pitcher based on the inning and the situation and pinch hitters and so forth. So I just kind of automate a lot of different things. So looking at that, the game today, Cincinnati is at Boston. Let's see if I can actually do this. We're going to minimize this. I'm going to play with this really quick to see if I can show you what I'm trying to show you. Perfect. Okay. Cincinnati's lineup is going to be Rose, Griffey, Morgan, bench Perez, Foster, Concepcion, Geronimo, and Gary Nolan is on the mound. And they type the big red machine. This team can hit. This is a very good hitting team. Boston's going to counter with Cecil Cooper, Doyle, Yastrzemski, Fisk, Lynn, Petrocelli, Evans, Burleson, and Luis Tiant on the mound. Luis Tiant is a name that I would put older in my mind. Fred Lynn is an angel for me, California Angel. He played for Boston a lot of years. Just kind of historically where my mind would be. But anyways, those are the lineups. The fatigue factor for, you can see, I'll put this up here. Yeah, see if this can work. You can see this. I have a sheet that has the different relief pitchers, possible bench players, and the fatigue factor is kind of over there on the edge. Gary Nolan is going to be a 16 for his fatigue factor, and Luis Tiant will be a 20. So that's 20 of a combination of innings plus hits plus walks plus runs. So that's it. That's set up. We'll go ahead and get playing, see how this goes. Game 6 of the 1975 World Series. We're going to start with Pete Rose leading off against Luis Tiant. Let me make sure my formulas are set to not calculate automatically. And we'll go ahead and go. 11, first pitch is a ballpark. I have a ballpark reading over here. 29, that's in the wheelhouse, and Rose leads off with a double. So a leadoff double for Rose. He gets the second base. And so I will mark that as a 1 for his endurance. So that's where I'm going to count up those numbers there. His steal is a D. That's weird. It's a blank D. So I guess he's not running. It's weird that it's blank. So did he steal any bases? No, that's why. He didn't steal any bases. So runner on second, nobody out. Ken Griffey is up. His bunt is a 2, 3, and a 12. I will read the bunt reading over here on the next roll. That will not be a bunt. So we go to 8 as a tough, 35, and a strikeout. He struck him out. One other thing. I do check on intentional walks. I do an intentional walk rating, and I looked up the numbers in 1975. There were well over twice as many intentional walks in 1975 than there were in 2024 or 2025. In less games, less teams, less games. So that's kind of crazy. Sorry, the dogs are in the room, so they might make some noise too. Rooney. Shh. No. Okay. Joe Morgan is up. Runner on second. His intentional walk number is a 4. And so they'll pitch to him. 3 is patient, 78, and they're going to walk him anyway. So they pitch around Morgan. He gets the walk. First and second, 1 out for Johnny Bench. My mouse is being a little weird here. 10 is Wheelhouse. 91, nope, it beats the range. It's a grounded to short. So ground ball to short, double play is a 6, and the number is a 7. So that will be a fielder's choice. Let me make one change here. Hold on 1 second. Okay, there we go. I just closed out one of the programs, helped my mouse a little bit. First and second, 2 outs, and Tony Perez is up. 8 is tough, 41, struck him out to get out of it. So the Reds get 2 guys on, no runs, 1 hit, but Tiant strikes out 2, and they get out of the first inning. Bottom of the first, Cecil Cooper to lead off against Gary Nolan. 8 is in play 2, and that's going to be a leadoff double for Boston. So just like Rose, Cooper doubles to lead off. He won't be stealing. The next batter is Denny Doyle. His bunt number is a 2 to 4 and a 12. He won't bunt. 6. In play 63 is a grounder to short, and Cooper is a speed of 6, so he'll hold. Grounder to short, he holds. 1 out. Carl Yastrzemski up. 8 is in play 78, and that is a fly ball to center. So a fly ball to center, I have some numbers over here, and a 7+ advances, so he'll hold. 2 down for Carlton Fisk. 6 is in play 64, so a lot of in plays for Nolan. In play 64 and a ground out to third. So nothing happens for Boston after they get the leadoff double. No runs, 1 hit. We'll go to the second. George Foster to lead off for the Reds. 7 is a tough 24. He strikes him out. Tiant with his 3rd strikeout already. Concepcion, 2 defense. The defense reading is going to be over here. That's a 37. And it's going to be a range for second base. So the second baseman is a range B. 37 is going to be a base hit. So a base hit for Concepcion. The hit is a single. Concepcion gets a single. His steal number is a 5, so he won't be running here. I only do sacrifice bunts with no outs, so I won't check with 1 out. Cesar Geronimo. Oh, I got to mark that. 7 is tough 59. Tough 59 is a base hit. It's a single. Runner advances 1 base. So I have on my setup, that's 2 more hits. I have my setup where the numbers here on a 50 to 59 turn gold. That means to check for the strikeout range. And I saw J.R. Richard is like a 50 to 64 on this set. So I'm going to have to adjust that to incorporate a larger strikeout range for somebody. Gary Nolan's up, so he is going to bunt. It's a 5 to 12 bunt, so we'll see. Gary Nolan is using the pitcher card 9. He's going to bunt. His sacrifice is a D. A D sacrifice is a bunt. He gets it down. Sacrifice to first base. Second and third, 2 outs for Rose. Rose intentional walk range is an 8, and they'll pitch to him. 6 is patient. No, they won't. They'll walk him. Bases are loaded, though, so Tiant with another walk. He's given up 5 runners already. Griffey up. Can he make him pay? 8 is tough, and he gets out of it. 89 is a grounder to second. So they load the bases. No runs, 2 hits, and a walk. They aren't able to score. One of the things in this game, if you haven't played it, it's a really, really good. It's a really good game. I really like it. One of the things that I think differentiates it is the pitcher ratings versus the hitter ratings. So the game starts on the pitcher card. So you're going to roll a 2 through 12 and get a reading, which is the pitch type that the pitcher is going to make. And it's going to be one of 4 things. It's going to be a wheelhouse, patient, tough, or in play. Obviously, wheelhouse means the bad pitch. Patient is it's kind of wild. Tough is more of a strikeout, it's a tough pitch, and in play is just a general. But then you go to the batter, and so the batter has ranges for wheelhouse, patient, tough, and in play as well. And just because you roll tough doesn't mean you get him out. Unless you have a tough out, that is an out. But it doesn't mean there's an out. You got some hits in the tough range. Just because you roll wheelhouse doesn't mean it's a home run. It's going to range. So those are the really cool things about the game. And patient out. So he's going to get an out if you don't walk or get hit by pitcher. So that pitcher batter interaction in this game is really good, and that's one of the things I really like about it. Bottom of the second, Fred Lynn up. 9 is ballpark. Ballpark is going to be a 9. That's a wheelhouse 75 bit. See, there you go. He throws the ballpark. So the ballpark is going to vary based on what ballpark you're in. And Fred Lynn's a left-handed batter. So 1 to 69. Well, the roll was a 9. So that means it's in the wheelhouse. And you check his wheelhouse 75. That's above his range. So even though he throws in the wheelhouse, it's a grounder to short. So Nolan gets away with that one. 1 out. Petrocelli, tough out. 12 is a strikeout. 2 down. So a tough out means it's going to be tough. You take the tough range. If it's a strikeout, it's a strikeout. Otherwise, it's an out. You go to the out range on the card. 2 down. Dwight Evans. And there's tough out again. 95 is a fly out to left. So we're through 2. No score. Okay, Joe Morgan leading off. 5 is in play 4, and he doubles. Leadoff batter gets on again with another double. This time it's Morgan. Tiant getting knocked around a little bit. He won't be stealing. Runner on second. Nobody out. Bench will not be bunting. They could walk him. His walk rating is a 14. Nope, they'll pitch to him. Wild pitch comes up, so I have a wild pitch roll over here. The wild pitch rating is a 30, so it's a 33. It's not going to be a wild pitch. So we'll check that. 5 is in play 45. And that is a pop-up to first base. That's a good out to get. 1 out. Tony Perez. A walk rating of an 8. Nope. 9 is in play 68. And that's a fly ball to right field. Morgan is a 6 speed. It's kind of crazy that he's a 6. I don't know how the run ratings, the speed ratings, actually not speed, it's runner ability ratings are generated. I think 6 is the average. But a lot of the Reds are 6. Let's check that. Yep. He's a 6. Yep. So that's a 6, and on a fly to right, it has to do with runners advancing and how well they advance on different plays. So that's a fly to right. He will not advance. That's 2 outs for George Foster, who is a 16 on the walk rating. And they're going to walk him. 8 is tough. Struck him out. So Tiant gets into trouble again and works out of it. His 4th strikeout, and we go to the bottom of the 3rd. Rick Burleson, 7, tough out. 5 is a strikeout. 1 down. Pitcher hitting, Luis Tiant. And he's going to be in range 3. 8 in play 59. Not going to be much chance there. 59 is a ground out. 2 down, Cecil Cooper. 5, in play 35. Oh, base hit. He has a good in play range, so he singles. His stolen base is a 2F, so he won't be going. 2 down. Runner on first. Denny Doyle. Wild pitch 34. Nope, he has no wild pitch range. So 10. Patient out 22. So here's where this comes into play. Patient out F8. So I don't know for sure exactly how this works, but I know that it's a 10. You check his patient, and if it's a walk or hit by pitcher, it's a walk or hit by pitcher, which it's not. It's a double range, but it's an out. So it says F8. I don't know if that means you check, it's an automatic F8, or if you check the out range and just roll the out what the out is. It'd be a pop up in a second, but I'll go with the F8. I have to look that one up just to verify. But that's the third out. I don't know if I explained that, what I'm thinking. So, patient out F8. So it's not a walk or hit by pitcher, so it's an out. Does that mean an automatic F8, or do I read the rating here? Because that rating could be lower than the out rating, so I'm not sure. Anyways, I go with the F8. And again, it doesn't matter. We go to the fourth inning now. Just making sure I'm keeping track of everything. Dave Concepcion leading off for the Reds. 8 is tough 64. That's a fly out to right. 1 out. Cesar Geronimo. 8 tough 14. A strikeout. 2 down. Gary Nolan. He's on the 9 side. 9 in play. 15 is a base hit. So the pitcher singles. Can't have an easy inning for Nolan. He has to get someone on. And one thing I thought about with the pitcher cards, and I adjust it. I don't give them any steals. They're not going to run. A 3C is higher than a lot of players. They don't steal that often. And I lower their rating by 1 to a 5. So 2 outs. He's going to be a 5. Pete Rose is up. 11. Ballpark. Ballpark 86 is in play. 45. It's a pop up to first. So they leave another runner, but they don't score. And we go, that's 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's an 11 now. Bottom of the fourth. Carl Yastrzemski, 8, in play 83, fly out, 1 out. Carlton Fisk, 11, defense. Defense is an 85. I can look really quick before I do anything else. I know it's an out. So I don't really keep score of everything, but an error shortstop. 85 is higher than the worst range of error, so that's an out. I'll just put it as a ground out. 2 down. Fred Lynn, 10. Patient out, 42. And again, he gets an out there. I'll F8 him again, and that'll end it. So Nolan goes 3 up, 3 down. And we go to the fifth. He's kind of cruising. Ken Griffey to lead off. 4. In play, 25. Base hit. I was thinking, I was playing a game the other day. It was a 2024 Padres versus Dodgers, and Glasgow was pitching, and I had 3 straight tough rolls where the Padres got hits. And that's what that game is. He makes 3 good rolls to the pitcher card, and all 3 of them ended up being hits. So that can happen. And I saw a post on Delphi Forum that's like, always giving up hits on the tough outs, on the tough rolls. And it's frustrating when that happens because, okay, your pitcher made a good pitch. Oh, base hit. So Griffey's not going to be stealing. Morgan won't be bunting. Runner on first. Nobody out. Leadoff runner again. 3. Patient 40. He walks them first and second. The Reds have been threatening a lot in this game. Let's see if they can pay off. That's 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Bench is up. He's not going to bunt. 9, in play 85. It's a grounder to short, and that'll be a fielder's choice. Yeah, that's going to be a fielder's choice. So the runner goes to third. First and third, 1 out. They're going to play deep. Bench can steal here, but he won't be. Perez is up. 7, tough, 60, base hit. Perez gets a single. The runner on third scores. And bench goes to second, so it's a 1+ question mark. 1+ question mark gives a choice if he wants to go or not. So bench is a speed rating of 6. I checked that against the choice number here, and that's an 8. So if his run rating was higher than the choice rating, he would have tried to advance, but it's lower, so he's going to hold. First and second, 1 out. Cincinnati takes the lead. George Foster up 6, Patient 41, and another base hit. Single, the runners advance 1 base. This was just a matter of time. They were threatening, threatening, threatening. It's still the 5th inning. They're going to play deep, but bases are loaded. 1 out. Concepcion up. 10, wheelhouse, and it's a grand slam. Dave Concepcion, 5 homers all year. So there's a 10 is the wheelhouse, 5 is the roll, and Concepcion homers and blows the game open just like that. Wow. Okay. So you see he's at a 19. His endurance rating is a 20. So one more batter gets on base, or at the end of this inning, he's going to be out. So the bullpen is up and warming. Geronimo, nobody on, wheelhouse again, 84. That's a ground out. 2 down. Gary Nolan is up, and a 9 in play, 64 will be a ground out. So the Reds get 5 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. And that's going to do it for Tiant in the decisive. This is the decisive game for them if they lose. So Tiant goes 5, gives up 9 hits. 5 runs, 5 earned, 3 walks, 5 Ks, 1 home run. Not a real good outing for Luis Tiant. So the way, looking at how that works, for endurance, his average batters faced per game is a 31. So that would be, if you want to use batters faced per game. He faced 27 batters. He got knocked around a little bit, so he gets to come out a little bit earlier than he normally would. So that number worked pretty well in this game. Bottom of the 5th, Petrocelli to lead off. 2, in play, 85 is a ground out. 1 out. Dwight Evans, Darrell Evans is on Detroit. 9, ballpark. 37, wheelhouse, and it's gone. Evans homers to get Boston on the board. It's now 5-1. Burleson is up 8, in play, 29, base hit. So they're starting to try to get something back going again. Is he going to steal? No, he's not. So pitcher is up, so he's going to come out. So let me show you how this works. I'll change screens here. Boston needs a pinch hitter. So I have all the bench players listed here. Those are all available. And it's basically red, red, red. The first green one will be the pinch hitter in this game. I have their average on base percentage, slugging percentage, their running numbers are here, and their position. So I can see a layout of the bench and who's in there. So Bernie Carbo will be coming in to hit. Let me do that. So Carbo will be the pinch hitter. Probably a decent move. They could use some power here. Runner on first. And Carbo up. 7, tough out. Is it a wild pitch? No, tough out. He strikes him out. So Nolan goes up against the pinch hitter Carbo and strikes him out. 2 down. Cecil Cooper, 8 in play, 4 double, and the run's going to score though. Clutch double for Cooper. He's 3 for 3. So 8 in play, 4 double, 2 outs. That runner's going to score. So Boston gets back a little bit. He's not going to steal. Doyle can't be intentionally walked. He didn't have any during the year. 4, tough, 85, and that's going to be a ground out. So Boston, 2 runs on 3 hits to make it 5-2. Nolan's up to a 12, so we need a relief pitcher. Again, the same concept here. If you look at this, the available bullpen pitchers are here, and then you go to the column. We're in the 6th inning and they're behind. So the behind 6-7 is going to be Willoughby. Willoughby is going to come in to pitch. It's based on the numbers. Oops, I don't need to do that. I need to do that. Based on the numbers of how many appearances in those innings and those situations they had during the year and some other things, figures out that number. So Willoughby's coming in to pitch. Relief pitchers, they have a relief stamina as well, and his is going to be a 9, so he can face 9 batters. So he can pitch one time through the lineup. Top of the 6th, Pete Rose, 11, wheelhouse, 94. Fly out, 1 out. Maybe the luck is turning a little bit for Boston here. Griffey, 9, in play 46. That's going to be an out. He pops up, 2 down. Joe Morgan, 9, in play 34. There's a base hit. He's 2 for 2 with 2 walks now. It's the 10th hit for the Reds. He is also going to steal. So he's a 5 that rolls a 5. An A against the catcher for, as Carlton Fisk, is a 2. So A2 is very good, and very good means he's safe. So stolen base for Morgan. 2 outs to bring up Bench. Bench is a 14 on the intentional walk range. They'll pitch to him. In play 36 and a base hit, and it costs them. It's a base hit, and Morgan will score. So the stolen base pays off, and it's now 6-2. Bench isn't going to steal. Perez is up. 6, tough, 82, and that is a flyout to get out of it. So the Reds, that top of the lineup is just really, really good. They strike for another one to get back up by 4. Nolan stays in against Yastrzemski. 5, in play 92 is a ground out. 1 out. Carlton Fisk. 4, tough, 47, base hit. Fisk with a base hit. Is he running? He won't be running. Fred Lynn. 8, in play 86. Fly ball to center. 2 down for Petrocelli. 5, in play 8, and that's going to be a base hit. He singles. The runner goes to third. Yeah, runner goes to third. His steal is not going to be an 8, so we go next batter. Dwight Evans could get them back in it here. 6, in play 56. Possible wild pitch, no. I think they have possible wild pitch, possible strikeout, but it's neither. In play 56 is going to be an out. So a grounder to third to get out of it. No runs and 2 hits. Boston threatens, but they can't score. We go to the 7th. 9 plus 6 is 15, so Nolan is on the edge of coming out. Willoughby will stay in here. He's faced 5 batters. Foster to lead off. 10, ballpark, wheelhouse, and gone. Wow. 10, ballpark, 11, wheelhouse. 53 is a home run, and Foster homers. And they score again. They're just kind of not letting Boston have much joy in this one. Concepcion 8, Patient 95. That will be a flyout. 1 out. Geronimo. 10, ballpark, wheelhouse, and that one, oh, it's not nothing. It's Geronimo with not a real powerful card. So 10 is ballpark, 31's in the wheelhouse, 55 is an out. And that ends up being a ground out. 2 down. Nolan's up. He's going to hit. 2 outs. Leave him in there. He's pitching well. 6 is tough. 65 is a strikeout. Basically trying to extend him as far as they can before they get in the bullpen. You need 9 outs. 9 outs to get through this. So let's see if he can get any of them in this one. So Burleson's going to lead off. 9, ballpark, wheelhouse, and a base hit. So he's not going to get anybody. That's the 8th hit. That is a single. That's going to be it for Nolan, who goes 7, gives up 8 hits, no walks, 3 Ks, and he's done. Cincinnati's going to go to the bullpen. They're ahead in the 7th. That's going to be Raleigh Eastwick coming in. So if you wanted to, I get the relief pitcher grid. off of Retro Sheet. So I download that and I run through some numbers to pull out these scenarios. You could do left-right splits if you wanted to. I like just playing standard. I don't play left-right splits, but you could do that if you wanted to pull out that way, and then you could do pinch hitters left-right. You could get more detailed if you really wanted to. I like just playing the basic standard setup. So Eastwick is going to come into pitch. His fatigue rating is he's like their closer too. 7, and I look at this number for a variable. If the number is off by 2, this one's higher than that, I raise it by 1. If this one's higher than this one by 2, I would lower it. So he can pitch to 8 batters. Eastwick with a 2.6 ERA. Boston needs a pinch hitter. They're going to bring in Juan Beniquez. So those are two main guys off the bench. And they're going to use them here. One out, nobody on. It won't be bunting. They're behind by more than 3, so I won't bunt here. 3, wheelhouse, 49 and a base hit. Base hit, but the runner only advances 1 base. So right out of the gate, they had a chance. First and second. Nobody out. Cecil Cooper up. Having a big day so far. 8 tough. 84 is a grounder to second. And that's going to be a fielder's choice. So they get 1 out of it. First and third. 1 out. Denny Doyle. 6 tough. 28. Base hit. So they get a base hit and the runner goes to second. 1 run scores. So Doyle comes through. That closes the book on Nolan. He gives up 3 earned. 7-3, and they're right back in it here with a big hit. Yastrzemski's up. 1 out. First and second. 7 patient. He walks him to load it. So this is it. It feels like this is the moment that they needed. Bases loaded. Fisk is up. He's a tie and run. Wheelhouse. Oh, that would have been cool. Wheelhouse, but he gets a base hit. That would have been pretty cool. Base hit. Runner on first goes 2 bases. The runner on second scores. 2 RBIs. And Eastwick is getting knocked around. That would have been very cool if Fisk would have got a home run in this game. Oops, nope, they're at 7. It's now 7-5 though. Fred Lynn is up. First and third. Fisk is not going to steal. 6 tough. 88. Grounder to second. They're playing deep. That's going to be another fielder's choice. The run will score. And that makes it 7-6. Rico Petrocelli, runner on first. Fred Lynn will not be stealing. 5 in play, 59. And they finally get out of it. Fly ball to right field. But that was a big inning for Boston. They score 4 on 4 hits. Make it 7-6 as we go to the 8th. We got a ball game now. Okay, Boston needs to go to the bullpen. They are going to bring in, they're behind in the 8th. It's going to be Burton. Burton's coming in to pitch. Jim Burton. 2.89 ERA, so that should be pretty decent here. His fatigue rating is a 6, and you see the difference here is I divide by 2, so that's 4 difference. Divide by 2, you lower it by 2. So he can go to 4 batters. Hold on. I don't think Cincinnati's had 3 of 3 down innings, so we'll see how he does. 7-6, top of the 8. Pete Rose lead off, top of the lineup. 12, wheelhouse gone. Wow, just like that. He grooves one to Rose, who hits it out for a home run. And like they do, they just keep coming. 5, patient, 84 is a flyout, 1 out. Rose now with 2 for 4 with a home run and a double. 1 out, Joe Morgan. 12, Wheelhouse. No. Ground out to second. 2 down, so they finally get Morgan out. Johnny Bench, 5, Patient, 54, and they get him. Wow. 54 is going to be a ground out to first. And that'll do it for Burton. Cincinnati scores 1 on 1 hit. They've scored in the last 4 innings. So 4 innings in a row they've scored. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Eastwick can face one more batter. And that will probably be it. Evans, 7, Patient, 70. And a ground out. And they will pull him. Not an effective outing for Eastwick. It doesn't really bridge the gap well. Cincinnati is ahead in the 8th by 2. And that is Pedro Bourbon is coming in. I didn't know he pitched much relief. No, he pitched all relief. So he pitched all relief. 2.95. He may... I don't think he'll be able to finish it out. Nope, he can only go to 4 batters. So, 1 out, nobody on. Burleson is up. He's going to hit 7 in play. A lot of in play. 85 and a ground out. It's kind of cool. It's not, so when you look at the cards, like an ATBA card, it's really easy to see if the card's a really good card or not. This one you have to really look at it and look at the details. So Pedro Bourbon, 2.95 ERA. But if you look, in play isn't typically the most successful play. It depends on the hitters in the season. There's a lot of that and a lot of tough. So his bad numbers, there's only really a few. So he's going to be very effective. He's not going to let people on. He's not going to strike a lot of people out. But you're going to have to get some hits against him to rally. Okay. Pinch hitter time for Boston. This time the number comes up to Miller. So Miller's going to hit. They already used their 2 best options off the bench. This one's going to be Rick Miller. Two outs, nobody on. Miller up. 7 in play, 40. So there you go. Puts it in play, let him hit it, and he grounds out to the pitcher. No runs, no hits. We go to the 9th. Cincinnati up by 2. Boston needs to bring in another pitcher. That's going to be Segui. I want to see David Segui, but I know that is not right because that is more in my time. It's Diego Segui. And his fatigue number is a 6, and he'll be a 6 for this game. Okay. 9th inning, 8-6, Cincinnati. Perez to lead off. 11, Tough, 14. Struck him out. 1 out. George Foster, 6, Tough, 25. Struck him out. 2 down. Dave Concepcion, 5, Patient, and they get out of it. 52. The first 1-2-3 inning of the game. It ends up in the 9th. No runs, no hits, so good job by Diego. We go to the 9th, top of the lineup. Pedro Bourbon is in. He can face 2 more batters before he gets reduced. In the bullpen, they have guys that have had some saves. So Clay Carroll is one of them. So we'll see how this goes. Cooper's up. 6, Tough, 73. Big first out. Big first out is a ground out to short. That is... kept him off the bases. 1 out. Danny Doyle, 6, Tough, 28, base hit. So Doyle with a base hit keeps this thing alive, and that's going to be it. I'll take him out there. Yastrzemski, Fisk, and Lynn are now up. Doyle won't be stealing. Cincinnati's going to go to Clay Carroll. I think it's Clay Carroll. Yeah, Clay Carroll. Their bullpen's decent. He can face 7. Did I do that right? Yep. 7 minus 2 is 5. So when I bring a pitcher in, hold on. When I bring a pitcher in a safe situation, I won't have him fatigue until he gives up the lead. So in this case, Carroll can pitch it out. He's not going to fatigue unless he gives up 2 runs. So Yastrzemski's up. Runner on first. Tying run is up. 12. Patient 73. He doesn't have a wheelhouse. Thank goodness, because that would have been tough right there. 12 is patient. 73 is going to be a grounder to short, but that's a fielder's choice. 2 down for Carlton Fisk. Big situation. Tough hitter, or tough pitcher though. In play, he doubles. He doubles, and Yastrzemski will score. So another RBI for Fisk. Makes it 8-7. 2 outs for Fred Lynn. His intentional walk rating is a 12. They will pitch to him. 5 in play, 99. So it came down to the last batter, but in play 99 is going to be a fly ball to right field, and that will do it. 1 run on 2 hits. The final in Game 6 replay is Cincinnati 8, Boston 7. Lots of offense, lots of hits. They ended up with 8, 11, 12. Boston with 13 hits, and the Reds with 13 hits. So both teams had 13 hits. Not a lot of walks, but that was a good offensive game. So that will do it. That again is the 1975 payoff pitch set, and I just replayed Game 6 of the World Series. Thank you for watching. I'll be back again probably with some soccer videos. Maybe I don't know what I want to do with this set. Again, it's before my wheelhouse of really baseball fandom. I was when I was 7. So not one that I was really paying attention to. I wasn't even a little league at that point. So I'm like I said, more of the 80s, late 70s, 80s. But this red team is good. This Reds team is good. So if you want to have some fun, you can play them. These guys can hit. But that's it. That's going to wrap it up for tonight. Thank you for watching the video. Thank you for joining me on the channel. If you like what you saw, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more content. If you want, make any comments below, and I'm glad to answer any questions you have. But that's it. You guys have a good night and have a good week. Thanks for joining.